Hello and good day. Welcome to the Super Good Camping Podcast. My name is Pamela.
I'm Tim.
And we are from supergoodcamping.com. We are here because we are on a mission to inspire other families to enjoy camping adventures such as we have with our kids. Today we wanted to talk about how to have the power.
I have the power.
The power to camp, but the power while camping.
Right. So we generally don't camp on electric sites when we're front country camping, and it's you kind of can't when we're backcountry camping. So we have a pretty good, I think we have a pretty good system for doing the things that, if we're front country camping, we're running things like phones. Pamela never doesn't work. And it never hurts to have, access to weather reports and stuff like that. So we charge phones. I have an iPod and a Bluetooth speaker. If we're in a non-radio free, we're always playing it low. We're not those people. Just saying. But yeah, whatever it is, we've got Lucy lights that have a solar panel on them. They will recharge, but they're slow as all get out. So sometimes, it might not be a bad idea to grab one of your power banks and charge it up, especially if the kids have used it instead of one of the power banks to charge their phones, because that'll suck it dry in pretty short order. So
we have the Lucy lights, as Tim mentioned. The Lucy lights have a USB outlet on them, so you can plug a USB into it and then attach that to a phone to recharge the phone. That takes a long time to charge a phone that way, and they take a while for them to recharge themselves. They have a solar panel on the top of them, so they will recharge with solar energy. But we do like those because they're good for taking to the latrine at night when you're going to the washroom, or they're good for reading at night.
And again, in a pickle or if before you're heading out, if you want to charge it from, your outlet in the wall at home, you can do that. Though, like I said, they do have a solar panel on top of them. It's just slow, and it needs to be like you've got to point it right at the sun as opposed to on an angle.
Won't work on a cloudy day.
They will. They're just wickedly slow at that point, as opposed to just slow. What else do we have that's standalone? We have a couple of emergency weather radios. They're small handheld deals. They've got a tiny solar panel on them. Again, they use very little electricity, thankfully. So the solar panel kind of works to keep them up to snuff. But they, in a pinch, they've got a built-in hand crank that you can generate electricity, recharge it that way. They come with they again handy if you're going to the loo. They've got a flashlight in them. They've got a radio, and it doesn't hurt to have the weather bands. If a storm blows in, I know Thomas and I take it in the backcountry because there was a year that we were in a hurricane zone. We wouldn't have known if we didn't have our weather radio with us.
And that came from Lee Valley, I think, that weather radio.
One of them came from Lee Valley, and I think one of them was a crappy Amazon. Neither of them works fabulously. They both are adequate. So.
And then there's an inverter that we have in the car, so that plugs into the cigarette lighter, and for you youngsters out there, people before they vaped smoked cigarettes, and we had this thing in the car called a lighter. So anyway, that thing that's now mostly used as a power outlet.
Yes.
So we plug the inverter into that makes it into what looks like a wall plug, essentially. So then you can plug something that would normally go into a wall plug into it. So your phone charger, your something else that requires even a hairdryer if you wanted to.
Oh, that'd be all. I don't think I'd do that. You might melt stuff, but you could do your laptop, like if you needed to recharge your laptop, because it's plug it into the wall type deal, as opposed to a lot of your other accessories can take USB-Cs or whatever cables. You could do your laptop from your car.
So just be careful with the inverter, because it can, if you leave it without running your car at some point, it can run the battery down in your car. So you don't want to be doing that and end up stranded in the middle of nowhere.
So there's another power requirement. Take booster cables with you.
Booster cables. As long as you've got somebody else around.
Yep, so that takes care of almost all of our sort of standalone things. I do have a power bank my dad bought. It's it's small, like it's 5,000. Sorry, not small in size, small in capacity. It's only 5,000 milliamps, but it does have a full size solar. The one entire surface is a solar panel, and on the other side it does whatever that cable-free charging thing is. If you just plunk your phone on it, if your phone's of that generation, that you can charge it by just being near field. I don't remember what it's
wireless
called.
charging or whatever. Yeah.
So you can do that. It's got built-in lights on it. It's got about 7 different inputs and outputs on it. Again, at 5,000 milliamps, you're only going to do, or milliamp hours, you're only going to charge your phone maybe twice if you're lucky. Probably not quite a full 2 charges, maybe 1 and a bit. And it's slow, again, with the solar charging for it. But for a pinch, if you're out for a 3-day or something like that, you're only going to need to charge your phone once, or else there's kind of no point to be out camping if you're spending that much time on your phone. Just saying. Yeah.
We have a couple of other power banks as well. I know Brandon's got one that's 20,000 milliamps, and he gets a pretty good amount of time out of that as far as recharging his phone.
Yeah, well, Thomas and I take a fairly ridiculous amount of camera gear in the backcountry with us. We've got 3 action cameras, a video camera, nice point and shoot, with all kinds of backup batteries that need to be charged and stuff like that. So I have 2 power banks that I use for doing that stuff, although we take them front country too because they're handy, right? One's a ancient all powers. I think it's 15,600 milliamps. It only has a couple outputs and 1 input into it. The outputs, it's got like just a regular trickle, 1,000 milliampere and a 2,100 milliampere outputs, I think. So one's faster, one's twice as fast as the other. Just whatever. It's ancient, and I'm pretty sure I paired it up. I bought it with our solar charger, our panels, which is a fold out of 4 panels that are probably 6 or 7 inches by 4 inches, kind of a deal. I have no idea what the specs on it are. Again, I bought that way back, and it's worked. They've worked great for us. I'm sure that there's something a little bigger, better now, but I don't feel the need to spend more money.
That, and we don't need to be wasting something that still works reasonably well and
throwing crap in the garbage. Yep. Tree huggers. And we also have so the one that I matched for Brandon is a 20,000 milliamp hour. I think it's an Anchor is what it's called, and it's got 2 outputs which are USB A's. And 2 inputs, which is one's a USB-C and one's a mini, and it puts out about 2,000 milliamperes, so it's a fairly quick charge, and it can charge your phone, like you can go away for a week and it'll charge your phone all you need it to do. And then we take a whack of cables. Oh man, it's everything. We try to cover everything. So there's at least a USB-C in there, probably 2 of them now that I think of it. There's a mini A, a mini B, a micro super speed. I think I have a USB A to A for the big Lucy lights if we ever get in a pinch, and then I take a Firewire or whatever the heck that Apple one's called for my iPod if I do choose to take music along with us. I think that's probably pretty close to all the stuff we take.
Well, and there was one other option which we didn't mention because we don't currently have, but we had in the past. Was a BioLite stove. Some of the BioLite stoves will have a USB port on them, so as they're cooking stuff, the heat will help to convert that into electricity, and then you can charge your phone.
Yep, it does. It's got it has a light so you can see when you're cooking when it's dark, and it uses the thermal energy to generate electricity into a power bank built into it, which is true because we used to do that, but now I have a MSR Pocket Rocket, so that's it.
Well, and you can take generators with you, and we've heard people while we were camping in Algonquin with their generators going throughout the day.
Yep. That's
kind of annoying and not really.
I've seen 2, so just to throw it out there, I've seen 2 cool generators. Evan LaFive had a small one that could actually, if you threw it in a barrel, you could take it into the backcountry with you if you needed to, and it didn't run like it was like the world's biggest power bank. And Camping with the Coals have a pretty cool one as well that they've had to use a few times, and it's not a big It's not a big nasty one that like the RVs are often running with their stuff. Anyhow, we'll put links to all the things I can find out of, because again, I bought a bunch of that stuff a long time ago, so it may not exist anymore, but we'll put links to what we can find in our description, and you're welcome to go and check it out.
That's it for us for today. Thank you so much for listening. We so appreciate you. If you would like to talk to us, our email address is hi@supergoodcamping.com. That's hi@supergoodcamping.com. And we are on all of the social media, on Twitter, Facebook, and we have a YouTube channel. If you would like to subscribe to us on YouTube, we would love that. And we'll talk to you again soon. I'm still Pamela.
Oh, I'm Tim.
I stole your line. And we are still from supergoodcamping.com. We'll talk to you again soon. Bye.
Bye.